Family learning describes a wide range of planned programs where parents, grandparents, carers and children are involved in learning together. Family learning can take place anywhere, anytime and in any context. In Lambeth, we look beyond traditional boundaries to develop real partnership with families and promote learning opportunities for all.
How are you? Welcome, Casey, to our family group. And how are you feeling today?
Fine.
Good, excellent. And so, shall we say hello to Elena? Hello, Elena. How are you? Welcome, Elena.
Whole day I don't have to do, I just look after the baby, and while coming here learning something. It's lovely, it's great. She feels good that Mama is with me in this course thing, because usually she go alone in the nursery, but she feel good that she's doing something with me here, and she's having nice time, and she become much more confident.
Yeah. He gets quite excited that he knows Daddy's in his school, and it's quite fun for me because it encourages me to be there as well, and I realise he gets a kick out of that. So when he comes in the room and he sees that I'm there, he's like, "Hey, I'm in the same school as my dad at the moment." Make the plane go higher.
My big son, he's happy. Yeah, he's happy. He's happy. He said, "Mommy, now he speak good English." So I know my kids are happy about this family course. Yeah. I like the way they talk to people. I like the way they teach you some things.
It is better for our children to see us doing something and keep ourselves positive and active instead of sitting down all day at home stressed, because that won't solve nothing. But by me coming up here now and being part of this class, not only I'm showing something positive to my child, but I'm leaving everything behind and move on. And yeah, thanks to this class I can do that now.
You've got parents who will not have been out of the house other than to the shops and bringing their child to the school gates for years sometimes, you know. So to be welcomed into a group like this, where not only are they going to be learning new skills for themselves and for their children, but they're going to make friends, and they're going to extend their social circle, and they're going to consequently raise their self-esteem and self-confidence. It's a huge step.
The distance from here, right across to here. It's quite a long way, isn't it? From here, right across to here. That's called your span. And we're going to do some measuring with your span. And you're going to draw around and make a lovely picture of your hand. That's the goal.
This specific course that I'm running here at Richard Atkins is helping the parents to understand how the children learn maths in school, because so many parents try and teach their children how they were taught the maths, and they get very confused and they confuse their children. And I'm not necessarily expecting the parents to be able to improve their own maths specifically, although that is often a sideline that does happen. But it's more that they can recognise the way their children are taught it, so that when their children come home with various different methods of maths written out in their books, they can say, "Oh yes, I recognise that now, I see what you're doing and I understand why you're learning it that way."
So the top arm, 7.5. Now, what I'm going to do here.
I got more confident to do the maths, because before I felt, not confident, because I was thinking that if I do this, I'm going to make a mistake, and now I got more confident. And now I learned an easy way to help my children. Yeah. Before I know only the way I used to learn in school.
It's good for the children to see their parents in school, because it shows them that school is still important and you're never too old to learn anything.
For us, the value of family learning is that it engages the parents. Traditionally, parents have been involved in school for parents' evening, dropping their children off, collecting them if their child's not well, possibly if there's an incident. And then really, I suppose it's been quite limited. And I think with family learning, what we've done with always starting with a coffee morning, and using our teaching assistants and any staff that aren't based in class, we've been able to kind of do a playground sweep. We've been able to kind of focus maybe on parents that we'd like to get in, even if they just come for a coffee and we get to know their first name, or we feel able to use their first name. It's that first point of contact. Obviously, following on, if we've been able to have parents that can commit to the morning session or to a short course, then it means you've kind of hooked them in, because then they've invested something in us. And when you invest something, then you kind of feel like you've got a bit more ownership.
What's your bit you're making?
It's making green.
It's making green.
Yeah.
How do you make green?
Blue and
Blue and yellow. And I wonder what will happen.
Now when we come and go home, I know how can I play with my children. That's make different. I never got that in some course like that before, first time, but I'm feeling different, very, very different. Yeah, big difference for me.
Talking to Liz, what's come out of family learning most is not what they've learnt in an educational academic way, but just having the ability to come and talk and to sort of, you know, that sort of sense of community with some of the other parents.
Back, and I'm like, you know what? This isn't the right thing. They're treating people differently. It's life enhancing. It's people enhancing. It's friendly enhancing. You know, all of that has got to be better for the community. It's got to be really good for the school. You know, better parenting means better children, better teaching in the school. You know, you touch base with everything. You know, and you think, well, my kid's happy at school. You know. So I'm impacting her happiness.
Shake and stop. This is really good for our speaking and listening skills, and also when we're having a conversation, it teaches our children to listen and then be able to respond. So should we have a go at this one?
I'm a firm believer in that if the parents are okay, well, their children will be as well. I think it just creates a more confident and happier person, who in turn is therefore a happier and more confident parent. And then that only makes sense that their children will be happy and confident learners as well. Those first steps, they're the foundation for future learning all the way through a child's education, and I think family learning goes a long way to break barriers and breaks negative cycles for low achievement in children, particularly where they are ethnic minorities. If a parent can engage and realise how important their engagement is on their child's learning, and they can see the results that are occurring within their child and seeing what their children can achieve, that level of engagement will be sustained throughout the child's educational career.
I didn't think there was so much things that I could have that I would be able to do for my child or my daughter. Wasn't so many things that I thought I would actually be able to do, but again, like say Michael stepped in and again informed me of like things that I can do, and then so it made me feel like, again, not like a spare part, more like actually involved, like someone that can actually make a difference and actually like not just be there but help raise my child.
It's not just baby massaging, it's like socialising as well, because you don't get to do much of that now when you have a baby, and coming to these classes you get to speak and get to share information with each other, things that you might be worried about or anything. When you come here, you get to learn stuff, and it does build your confidence because you know what you're doing. You actually know how to do it, and the skills that you need as a father.